Alright, so today I'm going to try something new. I'm going to pair up the kayak with the magnet, and we are going to see if we can find those murder weapons at the Roseville bridge. Alright, let's go to it. Oh, and I did say that last time that I wasn't quite filming correctly, so you couldn't actually see the things on the hook, so I'll do better this time. So I've got a bit of a push to get to the water, and I'll put the map on the screen. It's not that far, but something different because I've never had to do this before. Travelling down Warringah Road. There's got to be stranger things to see. Sorry people, if you're driving by and you threw away a murder weapon in the 60s, I'm going to catch ya. I cannot say that this is a fun walk, and I have to walk back up this thing. Okay, back at the scene of the crime. We're going to head back over to the Roseville bridge down there and essentially start back at pillar 1, 2, 3, 4, I think there's about 5, and give it a look. Yeah, I actually don't know the name of the river here. Let's call it the Roseville River off the Sydney Harbour. Right, there's the canoe launch. Got everything ready. And let's see if we can't find no treasure. So we're going to give this headband a go again and see how it runs. Okay, so we're back underneath the bridge. So yeah, back underneath the bridge. I actually want to show you at pillar 1 in the first video of the Roseville bridge. So I just had to turn. Yeah, in the first pillar, I showed you that there was council fencing. So I'm actually going to go over it now because there's a bit of a low tide and you'll be able to see it for yourself. It's pretty bad. So if you're planning to come in, you see the water high, and you've watched this video and you're like, oh, I want to go here, don't jump off the first pillar. It looks deep, but it's got poles, fences, everything around it. So I'll just go and paddle over there now and show you. So you can already see the orange things, you know, poking up. Alright. Now here we are, you can actually see the bottom. Don't know if it's coming through on camera. And witch's hat, and there you go, there's the orange fence post things. And if you can see here, you can see the length of my pole. There you go. So, oh, and you can hear me run aground. Alright, so not that deep, plenty of oysters, and I can imagine they wouldn't be too bad to eat. Alright, so off to one of the main pillars. Now this is going to be difficult, throwing a rope and trying to stay in one spot. It's not like I have an anchor or anything, so we're going to do our best. And what I might do is just float down. Alright, so the tide is running out. Alright. So we're about to chuck in for the first time. We're about to actually hit the pillar, which isn't a bad thing. Chuck this on my head and I could probably hold on. There you go, that helps us a little bit. Okay, chuck this back on my head and throw it in and see how we go. So about 3 meters deep. Yep, nothing there. Still nothing. No, just rocks. So on one side we've had about 3 sort of 4 goes, and that's sort of what I'm going to average. So the likelihood again of me catching anything is pretty slim. In my other video it was a 30% chance, but that was where people fish from. So in this one I'm going to throw it out and say I have maybe a 2% chance of actually getting anything. And as you can see, we're actually drifting quite quickly. And I'm really just using the drag actually to I'm being lazy now. Alright. And ahead we go. Just some rocks and grit. So I've definitely latched onto something here, but I'm going to assume that that is some form of proper structure, because that is, oh yeah, that was tight. So there's definitely a metal structure down there somewhere, because that, I mean, on a plus side, great place to use as no, still nothing. Yeah, I would say it's maybe 3-4 meters deep here. Not that deep. Not as deep as I would have expected. And I kind of wish these pillars would have ladders. I obviously understand why they don't have them, but for people who are really not doing the wrong thing, they'd be great spots to just do some fishing, or, you know, magnet fishing. Yep, as you can tell, still nothing. God. Yeah, there's definitely, you can see how that's straight up and down now. There is definitely metal structures down there. But on a plus side, wow. Oh, that's strong. Whoa, that took a bit. Okay, so that magnet definitely works. Yep, still nothing. Nope. Alright. So I'm going to say, if we call that pillar 1 the dickhead pillar, and you're probably wondering why it's called the dickhead pillar, well, just watch video 1. But if you don't want to do that, grab video 1, go to about 3 minutes, and it's written on the wall. And if you can't understand what I mean then, well, it says dickhead on it. We'll call that pillar 2 with a speed limit, and let's go to pillar 3. So pillar 2, no murder weapons. And depending on how you see that, well, it could be good or bad. I'm just going to kayak a little bit further, just to be able to turn around a little bit better. And there's the bridge. Phew! It's a great day for it. Okay, so let's have a crack at pillar 3. Nope, nothing. Nope. 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 No, so as you can see on the side of pillar 3, we've still got nothing. Give that a wipe. Yep. All right. You can see how quick that current's going because that paddle boarder is absolutely steaming through here. Hope you're going less than 4 knots, buddy. Them's the rules. All right, now onto the right hand side of pillar 3 as you're heading towards the harbour. Nope. Nope. Oh, decent winds just pushed through. So just some rock, as you can see. Yep, how much more rock? Alright, so that would be the end of pillar 3. Let's head over to the start of pillar 4 and do the right side. Oh, there we go. So we can call pillar 4 the dick pillar, not just the dickhead pillar. Great. And because of that person, this is no longer safe for kids to watch. Alright, so start on the left side of pillar 4 and brace for impact. There we go. Nope. Okay, so this one's a lot shallower. Alright, so at pillar 4, it's about... Oh yeah, I can see the bottom now. I don't know if that comes through on camera, but yeah, we're about... Well, I would say that's about 40 centimetres deep. A couple mussels here. Well, if you like fishing and seafood and mollusks and stuff, you would definitely get yourself a big haul of mussels here. So I'm kind of also just bobbing this now because it's just so shallow that I can get a few in. But as you can tell, it's really not much. And all I'm really picking up is shell and grit. No murder weapons, no treasure. Well, it's back to being a bit deeper. So obviously up there, there's the way I guess the current's flowing, it's built a bit of a sandbank because it's back to being like I can't see the bottom now. And there's the bottom, so about 40, 80, about a metre and a bit. Maybe even 2 metres. Oh, Okay, there's one side done of pillar 4. And here I can actually see the bottom again as well. So there's definitely a sandbank building up here, but you can see the way that the current hits down here and the mangrove's just there. Oh, I've got something. Hey, treasure! Fucking hell. Alright, so that is one of the clips. This is a clip that you actually get on one of those council fences, alright? So along this whole bridge, the remnants of the council fence, it's like they finished the bridge and just went, yeah, fuck. Let's just keep the whole bridge there. So that's interesting. So we'll put that in our stash pile, which is grown from zero treasure to awesome treasure. All right, pillar 4, the dick pillar. Ignore my laugh, but I kind of do find this stuff quite fun. I'm going to give it another. Ooh. And just like the other side, and I think it's just because of the sandbank and whatnot, but it is deeper as you head towards, say, the Sydney Harbour's out that way, and well, you can't really see the headwaters sort of up that way, but I will kayak them in the future. but as you can tell, the wind's now turned and it's taking me back up the pillar, which is not what we want. Okay, so I have a little bit of a throw towards the end. Alright, so last throw for pillar 4, the dick pillar, and we got nothing. I'm going to head to pillar 5. Now this should be quite shallow around here, and I'm heading there now because that wind's actually, every time I throw it's just pushing me back up. So I think we found all the treasure we can on that pillar. And what I might do now is start from this end due to the wind change. Oh yeah, it's shallow and nice and sandy too. Ignore that, now it's all rocks. So definitely, so from pillar 5 and 6, do not jump. In fact, you really shouldn't jump off any, but if you were to, I mean, the good thing about this pillar, I can actually see the bottom. So let's just see what I can see with the naked eye. I'll throw this in for just in case something's under sand, but I'm just letting the wind drift me down, and I'm bopping the magnet. So yeah, there's nothing under here. Lots of rock. It's always pleasant to come to places like this. Like, if you think about it, how many people really have been to Pillar 5 under the Roseville Bridge and actually been here for the sole purpose of checking what's at Pillar 5 at the Roseville Bridge? Not many. And there's a reason for it, because there's nothing here. Nope. Nope. So it's safe to say, I guess Pillar 5 is murder weapon free as well. Right, I'm just going to kayak to the end and let this drift me back down. I mean, it's very shallow. But at the end of the day, if you're looking for a murder weapon that's been here since the 1940s, it's going to be under sand. So you got to check. Hey! I'm not going to pretend I even know what this is. A layer. Oh, it has to be some form of fence thing. Bugger if I know. But put that in the treasure pile. Alright, pillar 5. Coming up with the goods. You know, what's funny is I could have just reached in and probably found that. Okay, so I would suggest that's pillar 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to go to 6. As you can tell, it's right at the end, right where the mangroves are. I'm going to do my best to have a look, and that will nearly be us done looking for Roseville Bridge murder weapons. So I guess if you have committed your crimes along this bridge and thrown away your murder weapons, well done. I did not find them. Now again, I don't know if you can see this, but this is exceptionally shallow. It's going to be very unlikely that we find anything here, but I said that about pillar 5. Now the instructions actually say that magnets are quite fragile, so don't throw them like I did. So don't throw them like I just did, because it is shallow here and it's quite rocky as we hit a rock. All right. So I'm gonna say pillar 6 is pretty free. Yep. Free from the potential of what could have been. You know? Looking for that Crime Stopper money. So that's what the pillar's done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. I'll do a little summary. Just kidding. There's one last thing I want to do, just in case you are a criminal who's decided to throw something off here, and I'll show you in a second. So I said I've got one last thing to do. Now, I've done all the pillars, and that's all well and good. However, the Roseville Bridge, when you look at it, has a walkway up on this side, and I'll try to get an image on there so you can actually see. But the real hypothesis is, or aim of this is, if you were to have to throw away a murder weapon, a knife, a gun or something, you're not going to just drop it off the bridge, will you? You will give it like a little bit of a throw. So I think with a bit of, you know, basic maths, a little bit of Joey squinting over the, okay, maybe not so basic maths, you know, I don't even know the name of the theory, maybe Pythagoras, whatever it is. But there's going to be a different angle. So I actually think it's going to be, if you throw something a little bit, it's going to be about 10 meters away. So what we're going to do is just check the magnet 10 meters away from the bridge, all the way from pillar 5 up to pillar 1, and see what that does for us. Who knows? Maybe we've cracked that murder weapon code and I'm going to get that Crime Stopper money. Also, I should add that I actually don't know if anyone's ever been murdered around Roseville or something like that, or around Roseville River, whatever we call this. I'll find out the right name. But yeah, we'll find out if there has been as well. All right, so here we are. I would say at the distance you kind of want to be if you're going to throw evidence off. Oh, you can see a bike rider up there. Hopefully that gets him. Hello, bike rider. Just the person I needed to come past at the right time. Okay. All right. So, let's have a go. And again, my technique here is I'm just going to bob it up and down and then paddle, let more out, bob, old mate's dog doesn't like his owner stand-up paddle boarding too far away from the boat. All right, so that was pillar 5 to 4, or the Dick pillar, and there's no murder weapons. So same thing. And I'm just letting some run. Nothing. So from Dick pillar to mid pillar, or 4 to 3, we got nothing. and we'll reset ourselves, obviously with this now tide running out. Nope. Nope. Still nothing on there. Okay, so this is the end of pillar 3 to pillar 2. And again, so nothing here. Alright, last little bit. Nope. Nothing there. Nope. Nothing there, and you can see we're at the end. So I'm gonna have to say that the investigation for murder weapons at the Roseville Bridge is essentially done. Let's paddle back in, let's assess the haul, let's get these percentages up on catches, and call it a day. And hey, we got some rubbish, so something goes in the bin. So at the end of the day, it's a success. And I'm out on the water, so all good. Okay, so I can't not say I'm a little bit disappointed that we have no murder weapon after doing the Roseville Bridge. But, you know, here's our end of day treasure haul. Right, so we definitely got these. These are sort of fence things. I have no idea what that is. I think it's a fence thingy. Right, but on the way back, I decided to drag the magnet, but I didn't really need to film it, and I stopped for a little run. So I found some styrofoam, just gonna throw that in the bin, but I also found this. So this has not been used before. It's a Berkeley Bender 120, and I'm gonna find out the price of it. It's clearly been used once. There's nothing wrong with it, and it was just stuck against some oysters, so I just actually picked this up, didn't need the magnet, and there we go. Now, I don't do any fishing, so I'll see if I can offer it to someone for free.